Kelly, and this is Kelly Hill Yoga. Welcome to this wake up little tiny yoga practice. It can be done any time of the day. It doesn't have to be just to wake up at the beginning of our day, just when you need a little bit of an energize, or even at the end of a long day sitting at the office or at work, or just taking some time to yourself here. But I do love to do this same little bit of movement to begin my day. It just helps get my spine nice and lubricated and warmed up, get that energetic pathway rocking and rolling to set my day in just a great place. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and come down to your mat, come into seated or easy pose here, and I'll let you have your legs any little which way you want. You can have them crossed in front of you here, palms down or palms up. Your choice. Just take the time to settle in here. Take our sit bones, that bony part of your pelvis. Just gently press into your mat. Get a little bit of energy and life back from the earth here to lift the crown of the head. A little bit of awareness in the belly. Close the eyes, shutting down a layer of distraction here. Softening your gaze behind those eyelids though. Softening that tongue in your mouth. And just let your body drift into its own natural way of breathing here. Not trying to force anything in these first few moments. And if this is the beginning of your day, maybe a little check-in, a little intention as you want this day to be. Laying out that welcome mat. Setting yourself in a good place right from the beginning with a little check-in. Maybe asking 2 questions to yourself. How do I feel and what do I need in this moment? It doesn't have to be something deep, something emotional. It can be just maybe a feeling of tired. Maybe I just want to go back to sleep, get under those snuggly covers. But just do check in. Ask yourself what you need. Slowly letting that mind chatter kind of fade a little bit. It's not about flipping a switch here, just letting everything else fade away and turning up the volume to your own awareness. And then we'll slowly take our hands, drifting them down to the sides here. Keep the eyes still closed, reach those arms up. Exhale, let the hands float back down. And again, inhale, reach. Exhale, floating down. And see if you can take both sides of the body here and lift with those arms. As if you're trying to provide that lift with those arms as they come up over your head, making yourself nice and light, following that breath. Exhale, hands come back down. We'll do one more. Coming back up to the top. And then we'll reach up and over to the right here. That right hand will come down. And see if you can keep that center of the chest or your heart reaching up towards the sky here. So we're not rounding down and forward. We have some wonderful lift and length in both sides. Slowly come back to center, reach again, and then we'll come over to the left side. Left hand can come down to support you. Right hand reaches up. And that right hip is really heavy here on your mat. Gaze can even be up towards the sky if it helps lift that center of the chest. Slowly come back to center, and we'll let the hands float back down. Reach back up and down. Waking up today. And this time when our hands come back up, we'll gently twist over to the right here. So this left hand reaches towards that right knee and that right hand reaches towards the back of our space. And I'm a little bit limited here, so my hand isn't going to reach quite back so far. We want to be nice and smooth in our breath here. In fact, let's see how smooth we can get our breath throughout this whole little bit of time we have movement here on this wonderful day. Letting that inhale and exhale have matching length, matching intention behind it. Slowly come back to center, reach the arms again, and then we'll gently twist over to the left now. It's okay if you accidentally started with that opposite side. Does not matter which side you do first. Right hand comes towards that left knee, and left hand is behind us. Taking that gaze along with you. Breathing deeply. Releasing deeply. Come gently back to center here, and then we'll reach our arms out to our sides here, like we're presenting ourselves, center of the chest, gaze comes up, exhale, round through, give yourself a big hug. 2 more times, inhale, open, gaze up, exhale, round through, pulling that belly towards the spine, chin towards the sternum, and last one, present, and exhale, hug. Wonderful. Coming slowly back to a neutral spine, and then we'll come into tabletop. So onto all fours here. Wrists are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips here. And then we're going to inhale and reach our right arm up, coming to a big thoracic opening here. And then exhale, this right hand will thread underneath our left arm, coming to rest on that right shoulder and right side of the head. A couple of choices here. Your right hand can come to the small of your back or extend nice and long out in front of you. Your left hand. I don't know where my rights and lefts are today. My apologies. Take that left hand, bring it back down towards the head and come out of that just how you came into it. Nice and slow. Opening back up. And then the right hand comes down. Taking it to the other side. Left arm reaches up. Big heart opener here. Exhale, left hand threads underneath that right hand. Resting down. Taking that right hand, any little variation you want. Pause for a few breaths. Close the eyes if you want. Take down a layer of distraction. We don't always get all this time to ourselves where we can really tune into what's going on with our mind, going on with our body. And doing our best to do it from a place of acceptance instead of judgment. Right hand slowly represses into that mat. Come out of this, opening up that left side. Left hand comes down. Walking those hands underneath the shoulders again, and we'll come into a nice, beautiful cow here. But instead of being dynamic, we'll hold this cow. That tailbone reaches up towards the sky. Belly is soft. Take the gaze to the horizon. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, round through the spine, come into that cat pose. Tailbone reaches down towards your mat, chin comes towards the sternum. And on your next inhale, you'll reach and lower back into that cow. And now we'll get a little bit dynamic. Slowly going through these 2 postures. Working on pausing where it feels good. Maybe adding a little bit of intuitive movement. Tapping into that beautiful third eye, that intuition. Maybe it's swishing the hips from side to side, wagging that tail a little bit. Or jump roping the spine a little bit, taking it from side to side in these big swishing motions. Our spine is just such a gatekeeper to optimal health. So when we show some love and attention to our spine, it really is just a great way to show love to our bodies in general. It's the foundation to all of our movements. All right, whenever you're ready, we'll come back to a nice neutral spine here. And then we're going to take our left leg here, and we're going to slowly step it to the outside of our left hand, come into a low lunge, lifting our arms up here, finding some length, and then we're just gently going to reach our right arm forward and our left arm back, coming into a twist here. Holding here, sinking those hips down and forward. You can even take that right hand and reach it up a little bit as that left hand comes back. And then slowly come back, floating back down to frame this front foot. And we'll shift our hips back, coming into a single leg split. So we're back on the heel of this front foot, little micro bend in the front leg here, and our tailbone is just ever so slightly reaching towards the back of our space as the center of our chest reaches towards the front. Rebend in that front knee, and we'll step the left foot back to our tabletop here. And we'll do one round of cat and cow again. Back to our neutral spine. And then we'll switch sides. Right foot steps to the outside of that right hand. Rise up to our low lunge. Sinking the hips down and forward. And then gently twisting over to the right. Left arm comes forward, right arm comes back here. Stay here if you want. Or you can reach that left arm up. Right hand comes to the back of that leg. And neither way is the right way here, so whatever feels good to you in this moment. If you're a little bit tight, just stay in that low lunge, not even coming into that twist. And then slowly reach those arms back down, frame that front foot, and shift the hips back, single leg split. Tailbone reaches back, heart reaches forward. Maybe a little wiggle of those toes too, just to show we have a little intention, a little thought going down there. Bending in that front knee, right foot comes back to our tabletop here. Tuck the toes, and we'll come into a downward dog just for a moment, just to wake it up. You can even skip this if you want. Stay in that tabletop, maybe rock out a few more cat and cow. In fact, that's a great option because we're going to do something very similar coming from our downward dog here to plank. So do this from tabletop if you wish. We'll round through the spine, pull ourselves forward, come into plank. Exhale, bend the knees and come back to downward dog 2 more times. Inhale forward. Exhale, knees. Inhale forward. Exhale, downward dog. Wonderful. Now when we come forward to that plank again, we'll lower the knees, coming into a modified plank here. Strengthen our belly. Tailbone reaches away from that crown of the head, and then slowly lower all the way down to the belly. Not getting too fiery today. And we'll do a 3-way cobra here. So we'll inhale, and when we lift, we'll lift our right shoulder up and back, coming into a little twist. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, now left shoulder reaches up, twisting over. Exhale, lower down. This time coming cobra right through the center, elbows are close. Exhale, lower. Press your way through tabletop and back to child's pose. Great counter pose when we do all that wonderful, wonderful work in our spine. Holding here for a few breaths. In fact, take those fingertips and crawl them away a little bit, lengthening in both sides of the body. And then as those fingertips reach away, take your shoulders and try to pull them back here. So we have a little counter action going on, a little active child's pose, as the center of our chest gently melts down toward your mat here. 2 more breaths. And then we'll gently lift ourselves up to seated here. Tuck our toes as we come forward, just to wake up the bottom of the feet a little bit. Grab that little pinky toe if he wants to kind of hide and stay curled under. Take our hands, interlace them behind us here, walking shoulders away from each other, reaching the collarbones away, finding a little bit of a bind. You can take those hands and reach them away from that sacrum or away from that low back here, opening up a little bit more. But we don't want our belly to splay forward here and our booty to kind of pop out. So we want to keep length in our spine, just opening across the chest. Slowly release. Do a little bit of a hug here, just a counter pose. And gently come back down here, and we'll come to seated. We'll close this out. Legs in front of us after this little wake up, getting our spine moving and grooving. Maybe our heart's beating a little bit more, boosting our circulation. Take a big sigh. Thank yourself for just doing a little bit today. Just bringing a little bit of love and light into your life for the day, or even starting your day with it, starting that intention. And we'll slowly, slowly stay here for a few moments. Closing the eyes once again. And if you want to, you can bring the hands to your heart here in this Anjali Mudra, thumbs at that sternum, and then gently taking that sternum and giving a little bit of love back. Create that connection between you and yourself. A little bow here. Thank your mind and body, wherever it's at today. Maybe it's asking those questions to yourself again. How do I feel? What do I need? No matter what the answer, that's your truth. And if you don't know, that's okay too. It'll come to you. Thank you so much for this little bit of time and energy you put in. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. You have no idea how much I love my followers and subscribers. Reach out if you ever need or have questions. Whenever you're ready, step away, start your day, or finish your evening, wherever you're at today. And please do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, thank you, thank you, thank you, and I love you.